In this first part, I'm going to look at how to start and stop the Python interpreter and work in the environment. And first things first, Python is normally a command that you would run at the terminal or a console. So if you're on a Unix machine, you would type a command such as Python 3, and that would bring up the Python interpreter. Once the interpreter is up, it's something that you can actually experiment with. You can start typing in commands. And this actually turns out to be one of the most useful parts of Python, this interactive environment where you can experiment with it and get immediate gratification on things that you want to try. A few things about this environment, just to get out of the way first. The triple greater than is Python asking you to type a new command. So if you see that, it's asking you to do something. So you can type something in and see the result. If you type something and you get triple dots showing up, like in that for statement, it means that Python wants you to continue typing what you just did. So it's actually waiting for me to continue with what I just started. So I might type another command in there. Again, I would get triple dots. It's waiting for me to type some more. In order to get that code to run, you just have to hit return. So if you enter a blank line, you'll see the code run at that point. Again, this interactive mode, it's a great way to kind of interact with the language, use it as a calculator and experiment. A few other things about the interactive mode. If you want to save the result of something that you're working on, assign it to a name. So you could say something like A is equal to 42 times 10, and then that A becomes something that you can use in later calculations. So I could say B is equal to 5 times A. Another thing about saving results, if you happen to be using the interpreter, and let's say you didn't save the result that you just calculated, you can get to it by using the underscore variable. So underscore holds the result of the last thing that you did. That's actually a feature that's only available in the interactive mode, but it can be useful if you're using Python to do calculation, using it as your desktop calculator, for instance. If you need to cycle between previous commands, usually up and down arrow will work. So if you hit up arrow, you'll see it kind of cycling through previous lines. Down arrow will go in the opposite direction. Another thing that is available is there is online help. So if you saw me type something, you want more information about it, like help about the print statement or print function, you can say help print, and you will get a little bit of help information. To be honest, that help, it may or may not be useful. I mean, the official help for document or help for Python would be found on the website. So if you do need to get information about the Python language, you would probably want to go to python.org, and then there is a documentation site for that. Probably the most useful part of that might be the library reference. So you can get the library reference and then it says, okay, keep this under your pillow. It's not lying about that. So that would give you information about everything that's kind of part of the language. And you can go there and get more information about things that you see. In terms of this course, I'm hoping that you don't actually have to rely on the help too much. But that is something that is available. Now to get out of the Python interpreter, you can type quit, or you can hit Control D and that will take you out of the interpreter. So if you're just experimenting and you need to start and stop, again, you type Python 3 to start, either type quit or Control D to get out. The final thing I wanted to talk about for getting started is just the problem of making a file. So let's say you wanted to make a file that you can run over and over again. To do that, you need to edit a program using your favorite editor. I use Emacs, but there are many options available. So what you could do is make a file like hello.py. And what you're going to do in here is put any Python statement that I've used so far into this file. And I will save this as a program hello.py on my machine. In order to run that, what you do is you just give this to the Python interpreter. So I'm going split screen here. The top is my program that I'm going to run. Down here, I have the Unix shell. If I want to run Python on that program, I would give that to the Python interpreter. So I would say Python 3 hello.py, and you would see the program run. So this is a common way of making files, editing them, having them run in the interpreter.